everybody, how y'all doing? I am so excited right now, and you know, where the heck did I put that? Should put you guys on the stand. Well, anyway, oh, somebody going by, I guess. Well, since yesterday's video, things have really changed. I had somebody reach out to me and contact me. Come Monday, I will have some insulin. And if you watch that, I thank you more than you can imagine. Because without it, you're going to be in trouble. And then, thought you guys are going to go, "Ah," but you know what? I'm in this to do wheeling and dealing and trying to make money. And, oops, sorry. Like I said, I got my arm stretched out without the... I went down local. Kid had a ad for a 350 Chevy. When I get there, I get told it's got a 307 crank in it, which is the same stroke as a 327. It's 30 over. They broke a piston. The cylinders are not hurt. The heads appeared to have been redone. And I bought it so cheap, I felt guilty. That's where I make my money. I buy them cheap. Which, in the end, may have already been sold. I told you guys a while back, I've been noticing these numbers and that certain numbers popping up and all that, and one of you naysayers out there say things ain't going to keep going, but things are proving you wrong. And it all started about 4:30 last night. The way things go over here in the shop may be changing. I've had 2 people contact me. They contacted me. They found me. I didn't contact them. They found me. And I'll be able to talk about some of what we do, but I don't think I'll be able to disclose who I'm doing it for. I'm like, yeah, so I guess you keep the faith and you put the prayers out there and that things get better. And yeah, so I guess the story on this motor here was it was in a 78 Chevy. That's the reason it's blue. It was a flat top motor, but who this is? No, not for here. Haven't heard. Done. We're getting a bunch of strange vehicles out here. Anyway, it's a flat top motor, as you see, and I haven't verified that it's a 350 block. But they say it's a 307 crank. Well, if that's a 307 crank, that's got the same stroke as a 327 crank. Yes, it's a 39710. So, it appears to be to me, I'd say it's a 350 crank. I gotta get to the casting number, but no, they put a 307 crank in it, which I don't know. But cylinders look fine, and like I said, bought this morning and I just got off the phone and it might be sold already. And these are a set of 19 of 74. They're 991s, and it don't look like they got much time on them. Because I mean, here, just a second. If there had been much time on there, that'd have been all carboned up. And I didn't look too close when it was there. It's got the small valve, so that means truck motor. These are truck heads. Yeah, they just said it started, after putting it in another truck, it started getting blow by real bad, so I'll take the heads apart, clean them, and we'll crack check them in that and look them over if they look good. And then Mama's motor has just now got a set of heads, and yeah, it's a 39710 block, which can be a 2 or 4 volt main. It's supposed to have an oversized cam in it. Well, I pulled out the lifter, looked, and I see it's got the indication for Rhodes lifters, so those set just a hair different. Yeah, for what I paid for this and what I might have it sold for is great. I mean, for what I paid for this, I could not get my Hanselin. I couldn't even get, I wouldn't have been able to buy a pin for what I paid for this motor. But, and according to the back, the cam center here is pretty dang near dead on. So, and that's got a 1020 number on it. That's something about the nickel contact in there, so that might explain why this motor is wearing so nice. Yeah, there's nothing in there. That's going to be a hone and repiston and go after you wash it all up and get it all clean again. So, and they even had the small harmonic on it. Excuse me. And that's how things go for me. For a couple days it could look like the end of the world's coming, and the next thing you know, things have changed for the better. I mean, that's how building motors and working on cars, that's what you do. You gamble on a few parts, and which means what's taking place might start next weekend. That means I got a week to get that Ranger done and get the shop cleaned out and start being ready. As my old days might be coming back finally. So anyway, I guess I'm going to get with it. So it's supposed to rain some more. I got to get that motor out. The Ranger, since it's supposed to rain, I don't know if I want to get to it today. I'm going to check the weather forecast. I just... It says you're not supposed to worry, but we're human, and it's hard not to worry about things. And I am so glad that somebody reached out and offered some help. So there are good people left in the world, and with this southern wind and all that rain we got last night, and being as warm it is for October, it's getting sticky in here, so I'm going to have to get the dehumidifier fired up and cool it off. So I guess time to get at it. Oh, I'm sitting here yawning, watching what I eat, trying to keep the numbers down. neighbor come down and help me get this motor in. It is a 350 block. I'm thinking about getting the cherry picker out, get it up on the engine stand. I gotta find my lifter boards or make a new one. Trying to keep these lifters in order because this doesn't appear to be that old of a motor. I did find some damage on the piston where it kind of indicates some valve floats, so I'm going to have to pull the valves and surface them and see if they go tweak. Because I guess I can have access to a valve grinding outfit now too, possibly. A lot of things in the works right now. And I'm just so, I want to clean, but it's raining. The Ford's not done. It's raining. And I'm just trying to stay awake. Like I said, I'll have insulin come Monday. But this is the downfall of not having insulin for a few days. It really gets hard to keep going. The 454 stuff, I don't have the head bolts and all that yet. I got the gaskets, we got the correct gaskets. I'm still waiting on the... And unfortunately there's 2 rods missing out of this motor, which that's fine. I don't care. I'm really hoping the heads are good. So they're good, guess what? They're getting redone for Mama Bear's motor and make her a fun little motor, or somebody a fun little motor. So yeah, excuse me. Really sucks because you think you got all the energy to go, and then you just like, I don't know. And I've had people tell me, just keep going. Well, it's hard to do when your numbers start getting goofy like. Oh. Oh. And your lack of concentration gets worse when your numbers are out of whack. Hey, for once I bumped myself and I didn't cut my skin. Oh, even though it feels like it should have. Mamma mia. Oh. That rallied all the way to the head. Wow. So that's what I've got thinking about too. I got stuff there. I got to find a home. I like my chairs, but I really don't. I don't. As if everything goes to plan, we'll need a few places for some people to sit once in a while. Yeah. Guess I'm just making a video to let you guys know I'm doing better. Everything's okay. It's going to be okay. I just got to get through a couple of days. Have a couple of rough days here, and then everything should straighten out. Yeah. Okay. Not so bad. And then I found there's no sound, it's just pictures. Found the race on, oh, you can't even see it. Found the race on TV. Kansas, I guess. Be nice to get into that someday. I mean NASCAR. That'd be interesting. That was a dream I had. I always wanted to be down at Daytona. Have a car there, but keep looking at that thing thinking it's a cherry picker. And that's the thing too, I got that big monster to put somewhere. And kind of thought of a few uses for that. Oh, I just had a thought. We swing those arms completely over, have it hang off that, take an old engine block, put it here. That can make a nice little lift for putting stuff in the hot tank. Make that to where it just flops over, it works with one side, and have a jack. Might have just thought of something there. That could be handy. I don't know if the wheels would take that much weight, but God, I would love to tell you guys more about what could be going up, but until we get the details worked out. Cam 2 racing fuel or oh God, I always get it. Methane, methanol, I don't know. Yeah, the good smelling stuff. Alright, it's too early to go home. I don't want to go home. Cherry picker's right there. Trying to decide if it's worth to put it on the engine stand, tear it down. Probably is, otherwise I'm going to be leaning over, so I guess I'm going to move a few things around, get the cherry picker out. That's where I wish I had a high ceiling with an overhead crane with a remote. Yeah. Which those dreams might be coming closer to reality yet. Yeah. So, yeah, so I guess I'll get to doing something. I got to do something. And even though the body's saying no, I'm saying yes. So we're going to get this up on a stand. That way I can tear it apart, get the cam out, see how the cam bearings are installed, if they're installed correctly or not, like I like them. And we'll go from there. So, alright. Well, it's on the engine stand. I do very little and I get really hot really fast. And I know why that is. It just what am I thinking? Yeah. Spacing out. I think I'm going to pull the timing cover off this. See how the chain... Oh, excuse me, sorry. See how the chain works? It works. I want to see how the chain looks. And then if I can find the board to store the lifters on, I'll pull those and we'll pull the cam and see if there's any numbers on there to see what kind of cam they had in this. Because this thing kind of seems like it was built up and it was a, just not a fun, it was a fun little motor, it seems to be. So anyway, I guess I'm gonna find a few sockets. I'm sorry guys, it just, this is what I'm afraid of, and this what I'm starting to feel already used to take 2 to 3 weeks. So it's all I can do. I guess if it gets worse, it'll be a trip to the ER where they can't, well, they shouldn't be able to refuse me, but the way this healthcare is going, who knows. So anyway, let me get some sockets and we'll zoom zoom. Well, got the cover off, and look at how that was either a very cheap chain, because I mean there's no ring ridge, there's nothing. Otherwise she was really rode hard and put a, I could see with that much slap, where was it? You see why this three-legged stand I do not like. I thought about selling it, but you can see right there when that piston and the valve smacked. Well, if the chain's that sloppy, it's going to smack it. So, let's see, I should get the stand. Let's see. I had it out once. Let's see. I'm just... And also, guys, keep Mama Bear in prayers. With all her issues going on too, she's at work right now, and I'm probably going to take off from here and go check on her. Something hasn't been right with her the last few days either. And she read an article last night and she goes, maybe I'm having a damn stroke. Okay. Gears off. Oh, look at that. Somebody knew what they were doing. They put the screw-in plugs in. Now, if I'd built some 327s, I would have said this could have been one of my old motors, but I didn't do any 327s for anybody. Well, that stayed around here anyway. And there's no numbers. Okay, now I'm curious. Cat's getting curious. You getting curious, Cat? Say hi there. You curious? You want to know what's in there? Alright, I'm going to get my stand. Yeah, I gotta clean. I got a lot of stuff I really need to close my eyes and just pitch a bunch. Good old TV shows. Okay. Alrighty. It's not too dark there, so... Okay. Trying to get... Alright, well, let's see what you guys are seeing. Okay. Take this one. Take the gear. I am happy with that front. But it's got a pretty good block core. The guy really couldn't tell me where the motor come from, other than that it came out of a pickup. Okay. One crappy chain. Don't look like we got any bad lobes. I mean, everything coming up the same height, so. Depending on how the cam looks, I might reuse it. Curiosity's getting to me now. Lifters are coming out nice, so that means they haven't mushroomed on us. prefer having my own hot takes when I'm coming in because the moisture's all up. Okay. Alrighty. Ups and downs. As nice as the bearings feel, I'm going to try and be as careful as I can. And yes, there are tools and all that stuff, but right now this is just a core, so so far the camshaft looks good. That did look good. Yeah, she's got some wear. Let's see, we got some numbers right now. It looks like it's E301H. There's a cam bearings and trash too. Cam bearings and trash. Let's see. Let's see now. I'm gonna look in there. There it is. I'll look in there and see if I see the next cam bearing. Yep. What I'm talking about, for the ones that don't know, a lot of guys, I'll get this open. A lot of guys will cheat when they put in cam bearings. They don't want to take the time to look with a mirror or use a pick or whatever. But what they do, and that's what they did here, they lined up the hole so they can look down through. Oh, yep, it's lined up. And like I've explained before, the oil comes from the top down around the cam bearings to the mains. So until the oil pressure gets strong enough to push back up, you are not oiling your camshaft. And this bearing already shows the wear. It is wore on the bottom side. This one should have been put in with the holes here at like 10 and 2. The other ones, when the block's upside down, that would be, okay, 4. So that would be when the block's right side like this. The next 3 bearings back should have been at the 10 o'clock, and the last one, number 5, should have been at 2 o'clock. Yeah, the front and back should have been 10 and 2. Back one should be at 2, and the other one should be at 10 o'clock when it's like this. So, yep, it needs cam bearings. And like I said, the cam does show some wear. Lobes are, it's well wore. So the way the camshaft's ground is supposed to ride on one side, and it's almost pretty much got wear even across. So, well, and this one's discoloring, so that's got some funky. I've never. Yeah, I probably won't use this cam or lifter, so First parts of the scrap iron process. Well, I guess I think I'm going to shut her down, everybody, and I'm going to go check on my wife. She's at work. And she's been complaining of getting mixed up, turning numbers around. But she's so dang bullheaded she won't go to the doctor, so. But yeah, so yeah. I can't remember the number. 30, the crankshaft number. Okay, we won't fit. We'll finish here. Let me get this around. Okay, our crankshaft number is 3911001. No, it looks like a 1. 3911000. Yeah, it's a 1. I thought it was a 7 at first. So, I got a book here. And I think it's kind of low to that page, so let's see. I think it's this book. I got too many books. Where is it? You know it's there. Oh, maybe it's it. Oh, that's a big block. I want a small block. Okay. Okay, that's cams. You know, the second I shut the camera off, I'm going to find what I'm looking for. It may not be this book. Oh, well, there's... Okay, yep, here it is. Okay. He was calling it the 3. Okay, this doesn't give the casting number, but this tells you the stroke on a 307 Chevy is 3.25 inches. Why is that so dark? Huh? You guys look really dark. Crankshaft on a 68 to 73 307 was a 3.25 inch stroke with a main bearing journal diameter of 2.45 with a rod journal of 2.1. 327 was a 3/4 inch stroke. Oh yeah, never mind. Now it's a small, the first one was the small journal. I'm like, hey, wait a second, something's not right. The small journal 327 was a 3.25 inch stroke with a 2.30 and a 2.0 and 2 inch rod journal, but the large journal 327 is a 3.25 inch stroke with a main bearing size of 245 and 2/100. So the 307 cranks are the same thing as the 327s. You got to watch out for the large journal and the small journals. So that's that book. Let's see. crankshaft. And we were 39,700.01. And that crank comes back to that 39,100.001 is a 68 to 73 307 is what that was used as. Now to call it a 307 327 crank, which would probably be the small journal, because there was a large journal and small, no, the large journal 283s. Where is the 283? They don't have the 283 in this book. They got the 302. Yeah, if you got a crankshaft with a number of a 3928455, that is a 68 302 327 crank. And here it says 69 to 70 302 with 350, which would be the large journal, is a 38 27 187, or 39 27 186 was another 302 crankshaft number for Chevy. So yeah, by putting, and what he was thinking they done by doing this is, oh, we re-stroked the motor. No, you just decubed it. You turned it as a 327 and a 350, both share a 4-inch bore. Where the difference comes in, and I'll show you as I guys tear this apart, is the wrist pin height on the piston. That's when it changes. So, yep. So we found, I mean, the oil galley plugs was done like I do. It's a cast iron crank. It's not the 327 steel. Cam bearings not installed like they should have been, which might explain. Well, there's no scoring in the cylinder, so I don't know what happened there. But by the way it looks, it doesn't look like it has a lot of mileage, but you look at the timing chain. According to the timing chain, it says it's got a butt load in the wear on the bearings. It says it's got a butt load, but since the bearings weren't properly installed, that means it didn't sit on any oil. And you guys got to think about that. When your bearings, I'll show you one more time. I just like trying to drive this home. When your hole is up here, it catches that oil. It puts an oil film from here all the way around. If you got a hole down here, what's that oil going to do? It eventually could drain away on you. So when you start up, until the oil pressure comes up on all 5 of those, you could be running that cam bearing dry. Because when that is flat, that it's still sitting on a cushion on oil. That oil can't go anywhere. And it makes a difference on the engine oil pressures too. And if we get the motor out of the 72 Chevy from him and rebuild that one, we know that's reading 25 pounds of oil pressure. Unfortunately, his new motor, I won't be able to do anything about it. It's going to be whatever it is because it's going to be fully assembled. But we're going to run it here on the engine stand, and we will know what that one carries. So we will verify that oil pressure and make sure his gauge is reading right in his truck. So, yeah, we'll put new cam bearings in this and wash her up. And with the other thing I've got going on, since this is a 30 over 350 block, we could turn this into a modified race car engine just like that. And this is kind of what you want sometimes in a race car. You want something that's wore and loosened up so you can go out and stand on the throttle. My dad used to get on me. He says, "Why do you always rev the ever-living PO out of them?" Here, I said, "Well, Dad, If it don't run here at the farm, it sure as heck ain't gonna run at the track. We might be testing that theory again. I might have said too much. So. Well, everybody, we're going to try and get some engine builds going here and try and start having fun again. But first I'm going to go check on the wife. So y'all take care. Stay tuned. We'll see what we turn this motor into. Like I said, unfortunately, now that I've seen where a valve has stopped a piston, now I'll have to check to make sure. But those truck heads like that with the small valves, intake and that, those were made for torque to help torque you off. bad. I'm bad. So the way that motor's going together for the wife, well, the one the wife's supposed to do, that would probably be just about perfect for that motor. So. Anyway, see y'all later. I'm out of here.